Hey guys, greetings. What's up? Hey, greetings. What's up? I sent him the link. Oh, hey, what's up? How's it going? What's going on? Yeah, not much. Just it's a quiet night. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, man. It is a quiet night. I'm glad it is because all that drama during the day is just too much for me. Nobody should have to deal with that.
Hey, Randy.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Nothing. Just getting ready to do my workout.
Workout.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 12:15 a.m. where I am.
Where I am is 9:15 at night.
What?
Yeah, time zones, right?
Yeah, Bukaki says he's sorry for messing with you before, Colin.
I don't believe a word of his because he screwed up. He because he harassed my ex too. He would go into her live streams, and every time she kicked him out and banned him, he would somehow find a way to get back into the chat.
There's always loopholes, man.
I know, but he was always using several different Bukaki accounts to do it, though.
Hey, Deaton, what's up? It's up.
And
I mean,
everybody, you're probably wondering why I didn't upload any content at all today. You see, last night YouTube gave my channel a community guideline strike because of a really stupid reason.
yeah, I'm
They
letting.
yeah, like they found sexual content in
Hello.
a Pineapple Laugh Challenge compilation video that I was uploading. Yeah, it wasn't even like they were SpongeBob memes that I was creating using green screen clips. They were they were memes.
But it's
Yeah,
like,
so because of this, I can't upload any content at all this entire week.
well, at least you'll be able to
Yeah,
live stream.
yeah,
So all is not lost.
but yeah, it was. Yeah, at least I'm still able to do this to everybody.
All is not lost. So, but sometimes, 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 I mean, I'm not gonna say, but sometimes drama can be caused by just being with someone that everybody dislikes. I mean, dude, come on.
Everybody, Randy told me about the imposter who was impersonating me in his live stream. You know, the one who said all N words should die. Yeah, everybody. I like. I would never say that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I'm not a racist person at all.
Natsuki, what's up, man? What's going on? See,
Oh yeah, and also everybody. Um, apparently that 123 Sean and Alexa home video guy went and stole part of my YouTube bio and added it to his other YouTube channel's bio. Yeah, he stole the part that that says that I'm a online novelist and that my Wattpad username is 1985 cat. I'm gonna make this perfectly clear, everybody. He is not 1985 cat. I am. Yeah, if you go onto his, if you look at the YouTube bio of his other YouTube channel, you know his YouTube channel that's called Columbia Pictures. You you'll notice that it now says that he is 1985 cat and that he makes novels on Wattpad. He stole that from my YouTube bio and is now basically pretending to be uh my Wattpad pretending to be 1985 cat from Wattpad.
okay, let me make this perfectly clear, perfectly plain. You know, a lot of things were said in the heat of anger in that video, but nothing was really meant by it. You know,
No,
no,
boom, bomb, Matt Buck. I cannot. I'm not able to post any community post.
no. A lot of things were said in that video that were said in anger.
Dean Cox said Dean Cox told you to say that uh, he thinks that I have a cool bedroom.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it is a cool bedroom, but a lot of things have been said. You know, but none of us really meant them. I mean,
Yeah, no,
he drove us to the point where you just say anything to get the kid off your back. I mean, the kid was
yeah.
constantly doing stuff.
Oh yeah, and also everybody. Apparently, J Dog Prime is still being a crybaby and is still saying that Randy and I never actually did any of those live streams that we did on you now. Don't listen to anything that comes out of J Dog Prime's mouth, everybody. He's a brat little crybaby kid who talks
Right,
crap.
right,
And
D.
like
Right,
Randy
D.
and I really did do all that stuff on you now back in 2018. The only reason you're not able to find any of those live streams on you now is because Randy went and removed removed my account, and also because Randy and I both retired from doing live streams on there.
Right, D. I was like, I didn't do any you now live streams, but I've done plenty on here. But what I'm saying is, a lot of things have been said, you know, and I want to take this time to literally, literally, and I think this should be done because he's a kid, and no kid should be told that, you know.
Yeah.
Conlack,
Oh
Con,
yeah. The and look, everybody. I'm also gonna make this perfectly clear. That that infamous video on YouTube of Randy and I supposedly giving death threats. That is an edited clip that is a edited version of a clip that was taken from an Instagram live stream that Randy and I did uh, on my Instagram like a few years ago. And in that clip, in that live stream, Ray and I were talking about how angry we were because of Conlack's lie about us telling him to put a gun in his mouth. we never told him to put a gun in his mouth, ever. That was just a huge lie. And then there was his other lie where he said has actual footage of Randy and I telling him to do that. His footage does not exist because it didn't happen.
No, I never. See, what it is the kid was saying a lot of heinous things to
Yeah,
us.
when I first met Rick Conlack, he already seemed a little obnoxious. I remember he guessed with me during one of my special screens that I used to do on Instagram, and he kept saying something he kept saying stuff about rape in the chat. I
Yeah,
don't
but
condone that kind of stuff.
Blythe, I know you're not here for me, so you know it's all good.
Yeah, look, and every time you see people saying that Rain and I are not friends, that's just a load of crap. Okay, Rain and I
All good.
Randy and I never stopped being friends. Yeah, we've been friends since since we first met in 2018, and we never stopped being friends. In fact, we get along so well that it's insane.
I mean, it's good that you're here to support Colin. I think he needs all the support he can get. Thank you
Yeah,
guys for showing up.
yeah, and thank you for giving me support. Since I'm not able to upload any content right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, at least I'm still sorry, my stutter. At least I'm still able to do this. For those who don't know, my autism makes me stutter sometimes.
I know.
That's why there have been a few times where I stuttered on camera in some of my videos.
Man, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's just I mean, it's just part of who you are. It's like I used to tell Brian.
Okay.
Part of
Someone just said that someone in the chat said I'm the real villain. Everybody, I'm no villain. In fact, Randy would tell you I'm no villain because he knows me.
Yeah, it's part of your character. I mean,
I'm like,
you're
yeah.
not a villain. You're not a villain. I mean, people
Randy and
villain.
I have known each other for like 19, 20. Randy and I have known each other for like 4 years now.
Actually, it's been like five 5 years. But what happened?
What? Yeah.
Bunch of
Yeah, Randy and I know each other so well because of how long we've known each
I
other.
never called you guys anything.
Yeah.
I never called you guys anything. Hell, I don't even know what you guys are. This
Yeah,
is
see, look, here it is, everybody. Here's an example of haters, of haters like trying their so hard to cause nothing but trouble. Look, everybody.
but what I'm
Ray
saying.
and I are not horrible people in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Yeah, Ray and I are not horrible people. Yeah.
It's just that people vilify you because of the things you try to, the positive things you do.
Yeah,
And
like
then,
Randy, yeah. The whole time Randy and I have known each other, Randy has seen nothing but kindness and like come from me. Like, yeah, because I'm not a negative person.
I mean,
Or in the yeah, or in the
if
words of Michael Jackson, no, that's ignorant. Come on, give me tree. Sleeping ignorant. I got never a good time of doing that one. Of doing the Michael Jackson voice. I did that. I used to back during our You Now days, everybody. I did the Michael Jackson voice a lot for our fans.
I'm not gonna hide anywhere because why should I hide? I never did anything, so I had nothing to hide for. I'm the type of person doesn't, who doesn't like to cause any problems. I'm just one of those people who just tries to get along with other people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rain, like, yeah, Randy and I had so many good times during our You Now days, didn't we, Randy?
It's just that when people when people say that those times never actually happened, you know, it happened. I just
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
they
it
were
did.
they were
In
on your
fact,
account. They were on your account that I had deleted.
yeah, they really did happen, people. We really did. Randy and I really did do those live streams to get on You Now, and we really did get all those 4,000 fans and that massive cult following that I'm always mentioning. That really did happen, everybody. You just can't find our live streams on there anymore because Randy had my account removed so it wouldn't fall into the wrong hands. Yeah, he had removed after I retired from doing live streams on there. When he and I both retired from there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
and also Randy, and also there's a lot, and I mean a lot of evidence that supports the fact that Randy and I really did do all those live streams. In fact, Randy even burned a few of our You Now live streams onto blank disc for a few of our fans too. Yeah, yeah, and Randy literally cannot go anywhere without bumping into one of our fans and then having him sign something.
yeah, man, it's like, dude, I couldn't. It was like I couldn't really go out. If I even walk to the store and somebody sees me, they'd want me to sign sneakers, jackets,
Yeah,
hats. Dude.
I mean, I remember a few times Randy told me, everybody, that a lot of times when some of our fans were not couldn't afford my official Clone Rise Now merchandise that I used to have available for people to buy on Redbull.com. A lot of times when my fans could not afford the merchandise, they would go make their own. Randy actually told me once that he saw a kid wearing a pair of Nike Jordans that had my YouTube channel's logo, my RH Studio logo on it.
Yeah, I should. I know because I signed it.
Yeah, like,
Mm,
yeah, like, it's crazy how famous Randy and I are because of what we did. I mean, I bet you if I ever go to if I went to Pennsylvania, if I actually go to Pennsylvania where Randy lives, everybody, I would probably bump into a whole bunch of our fans, and they would probably have me sign a bunch of stuff. Yeah. I hope you're all having a good day or evening or night. Depending on your time zones.
Oh, I'm having a great night.
Me, where I am, everybody, it's 9:34 at night where I am right now, everybody. As I live in Washington, I live in Kennewick, Washington. I live in Washington State, and some people are surprised when they hear that there's when they hear that there's another Washington, that there's a part of Washington other than Washington D.C. like
Yeah.
like when I was in when I like back when I was in high school one day, uh back when I was in high school a few years ago, one day, one of my teachers actually talked about. I remember one of my teachers said that uh, someone asked her where she's from, and she said Kennewick, Washington, and the person was like surprised or shocked that there was another Washington other than Washington D.C.
Yeah, people are surprised though. And they find
What's my favorite Power Ranger? Hmm, it's a hard one. I grew up watching the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when I was a kid, and a few of the other Power Ranger shows, including Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Uh, I guess I would probably say the Green Ranger because he was a big favorite of mine when I was a kid.
yeah,
Tommy Oliver.
yeah. He was always the most honest one about
And
what he had to
also,
do.
yeah, the actor who played Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger. So it turns out one of the reasons why he was cast as the Green Ranger was because he actually happened to be a martial arts expert. Actually,
Yeah,
yeah, he already knew martial arts, which was a huge plus. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was actually an American version of a Japanese TV show that's been going on since the 1970s.
yeah. It was called not Dino Rangers. It was called the Hurricane Rangers. It came out in 1963.
Yeah, and every time, and if you watch some episodes of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you notice that every time it shows, the Power Rangers fighting someone, it looked like the the quality of the on the screen suddenly looks a little bit fuzzier. As I
They used the
Is that
stock
because they
footage.
used footage from the actual from the show from the Japanese show, but mostly footage from the 70 episodes, some episodes from the 70s, which is why in some episodes the Yellow Ranger, when they show a lot of times when they show the Yellow Ranger fighting bad guys, the Yellow Ranger wasn't wearing, well, didn't have a like you can tell that the Yellow Ranger was a man. He didn't have a skirt. He didn't have a skirt.
No, actually, the Japanese Yellow Ranger was a woman. She was a teenage girl, actually.
No, actually, you're wrong about that, Ray. I've searched it before, and I've seen pictures.
I'm just going by what was said. You know.
I researched it, Randy. It was a man. They
Wow.
even reveal it. Yeah, I've seen pictures of shots of the Yellow Ranger from and yeah, like I could tell you it was a dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, and
That's
like
not,
yeah, and it turns out the reason why they gave the power or the Yellow Ranger a skirt in some later episodes as part of her costume is because to make her more female, like since the Yellow Ranger was being played by a female in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
nah,
And
the
like,
man wasn't transitioned.
yeah,
He was a stunt.
but
He was a stunt man.
yeah,
Like those of you who don't know, when they did the scene with the evil Power Rangers, um, Jason David Frank was using the instructors from his martial arts academy to play the evil Rangers. So the teenagers that were seen in the show, they they never was in costume. All you did was see their faces, but you never
yeah,
saw them fight.
and guess what, Ray? You probably didn't notice, but every time you see Rita Repulsa in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, her voice is actually dubbed.
Yeah, her voice is
Because the footage every time you see Rita Repulsa is actually footage from the Japanese series, and
and
the
that's the
actress spoke no word of English, so they dubbed her voice.
they dubbed her
Yeah.
voice over with somebody else's.
The funny thing about about the Tommy Oliver is that you know that website called MyCast where you can do fan castings.
Yeah.
Someone actually posted me on there for a fan cast of but it was for Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger.
Dude.
Yeah, someone actually wanted to see me play a new version of Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, in a Power Rangers movie. Yeah. No, I'm not on Cameo. I don't know what that is. Wait, why did I call Byless role players clowns?
I never did anything like that.
I did. It was a group of haters it was some of the haters who were calling me a stalker recently in the comment section of some of my videos or some of my community posts. Yeah, some of the people keep calling me a stalker. Like, yeah, like I did that because because they are clowns. They have nothing else to do but harass me and call me a stalker. Everyone, I'm gonna make this perfectly clear, everybody. I'm no stalker. And the elderly woman who accused me of stalking her and actually went and called the police on me, that elderly woman is nuts and crazy. And then there was that other crazy chick who commented on one of my community posts or one of my YouTube videos saying that she's in Kennewick, Washington, and that she's gonna be stalking me, and that she's gonna do terrible things to me. He got arrested.
What?
That crazy got arrested a day or two later, or a few days later.
Wow.
I only know about it because of some of my subscribers told me about it. In the community, so in the comment section.
What? That's crazy.
No, I'm no Bukaki. I'm not on on Cameo, and every time I do shout outs to videos, they're just regular regular YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
yeah, just get back to my
People
car.
are just I don't know. They just like to say things that they shouldn't. But then you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, Ray, I'm curious. How did you react when you first heard that there were people calling me a stalker, and that there was an crazy elderly woman who accused me of stalking her and actually called the police on me?
I was confused, dude. Because I know you would never do anything like that.
Yeah, it's yeah, because I did none of it.
I know.
I mean, like, I have better things to do with my time. I mean, I have a part-time job that I go to on Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays.
I mean, it's just
Which
like
is my job at Costco.
it's just like it's just like that girl, right? She had this jacket. Dude, she took her brother illustrated red hood your red hood production sign on there on her jacket.
Oh yeah, the RH Studios logo.
Yeah. And this girl chased me for 2 days until I signed this thing. Every time I come out, are you really going to sign it for me? I said,
Hey
yeah.
Randy, someone named Robin, female, and it just said that also Natsuki rescued your ex from viewing the Rising Army.
Oh, come on with
What do
that.
you mean rescued her from me? We weren't even a threat to her. And also, she and I were forced to go our separate ways because her strict father, who wouldn't let her and her sister date anybody until they were 27, found my mom's phone number on a few of her devices and called it, and ended up talking to my mom and found out about her and I dating, and had my number blocked on all over and blocked all my number on all of her devices, so I wouldn't be able to talk to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did, and apparently she, like, for Terry, it was like she was forced to go to her like to stay away from me in November. But for me, I didn't know about it until October, because I didn't have access to the internet for several days. So my mom took away my internet and removed all my social media accounts because of toxic people I was dealing with.
Yeah, that's all true, folks. Yep, that's all true.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, probably Bukaki. If I guess if you came to the Costco that I work at, I'd probably give you a sample or an autograph. Look,
I mean, actually, it's not a rescue for chance. I mean,
yeah,
they both went their own separate ways. No
yeah,
one
cause
was hurt.
yeah,
No one was hurt. It was just an equitable split. Come
yeah,
on,
like
guys.
it was forced, but
It was
of course, I've moved on, and I'm currently on eHarmony. Everybody, but I wish I could say the same about my ex, though. She clearly hasn't moved on because she's always talking trash about me and saying offensive things about me.
let's just not let's just
But
not mention her altogether,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Let's
But
just
hey, but hey, that's
please.
life, you know.
It's just
Hey,
not. I mean, I'd prefer that you not mention her at all. Seriously.
yeah,
Mhm. I mean, some things should be just left alone, and that's one of them.
yeah, yeah. I remember during our U Now days. I remember, but everybody. I remember one day during, like, back when Ray and I were doing live streams on together on You Now. I remember one day, everybody. He and I did a live stream where we were just talking about Robin Hood.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, we were just talking about the real life historical Robin Hood. Who's social? What? Randy, someone named Sasha just said, and then why did you falsely take down 3 of Social's episodes? What?
Who are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean.
Please
What?
explain yourself. I
You
don't care.
explain, please? I have no idea what you mean by that,
I don't need.
Sasha.
You want to kindly explain, please?
Yeah, can you please explain to us what you mean by that? Social
Well,
productions.
social productions. I don't know you really, and I've never done anything to you,
Episode, like,
and I've never taken down anybody's episodes. So
yeah, me either. And yeah, so I, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
hell, I got copyright claims that for
That
videos.
wasn't me, social
It
productions. That was an
was, it
imposter.
was an
I deal with
imposter.
imposters all the time on YouTube.
I do too.
It-
That
yeah, I'm constantly dealing with imposters pretending to be me on YouTube all the time. Heck, there's even sons of imposters pretending to be me on different social media platforms, including TikTok. Look, everybody, I haven't had any social media accounts since, like, since I got rid of them in October.
yeah, I know this. I know that for a fact.
The only account social media thing I have now is this is YouTube. Is YouTube. That's it.
That's it.
Because, I mean, and to be honest, I never didn't really need all those different social media accounts to begin with. I mean, like, there's so many toxic people on the internet.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, your mom was right about that though. So many of them.
yeah. I mean, yeah. So every time you see a Colin Reisenauer social media account,
It's not
that's
his.
not me. That's some. That's some. That's some imposter trying to start cause trouble. I mean, because of these imposters, like pretending to be me on different social media platforms, people like like I like so many haters accuse me of being the culprit of that, but none of it is me.
None of it is him.
I haven't. I mean,
The only time he uses social media is when we're doing this.
yeah, or when I'm on doing my YouTube stuff for my YouTube channel, you know, uploading content. You know, that's it. This is literally the only social media like I have now.
I mean, that's
YouTube.
just
That's it.
crazy. That's just crazy.
I still think it's crazy that though that's an elderly lady actually accused me of stalking her and actually called the police on me. When one of my subscribers told me about this, I'm like, wait, what?
Are you kidding me?
An elderly lady accused me of what? And did what? I'm like, what is what happens when when you're as famous as we are? You have to deal with crazy nutting people who are
Nah,
nuts. I mean, first there was this crazy elderly lady. Then there was that other crazy girl who who said that she was in Kennewick and that she was gonna start stalking me and that she was gonna do terrible things to me.
nah. I got. It's like I got I be in Target, and
I'm like on like
it amazes me. I can be in Target getting a cup of coffee, and a little kid will come up to me and she'll go, "Hey, aren't you?" I'm like, "Shh, don't say it."
okay, hey Randy.
Huh?
Someone in the chat literally just said they saw Ed Dolgar's cover and that she did better than me.
Come on now. Why can't we all just be buds? Huh?
Yeah, come on. We're just trying to have a good time, everybody. I don't want to. We don't want to deal with this toxic crap. We're just here to have a good time and also like yeah, we're just here to have a good time and just hang out and chat. And
I mean, it's crazy, but hey, that's what you. I mean, that's
I am like it's crazy though that I now to the famous to the point where I had to deal with I had to deal with an elderly lady who accused me of that of being of stalking her. An elderly woman who I'd never met or seen in my life. I
I
don't
was
even know what she looks like. I don't even know what she looks like.
I was in Target getting a cup of coffee. This kid comes up to me and
Yeah,
he has this notebook with his hand drawn Red Hood Studios insignia on it. So I'm okay.
yeah,
I'll sign it. So I signed that notebook, right?
yeah.
And I thought she was gonna go away. It didn't happen. Instead, she wanted selfies.
Oh, Randy, that same person who just said, I mean, you brought the fight upon yourself. Shouldn't have called us role players clowns.
Come on, can't we just stop this, folks?
Yeah, can we please stop this? Okay, we're just here to have a good time, talk, and
Come on,
and just have fun, and make goof around and make some of you guys laugh.
for me,
Like
please. Come on.
yeah. Or the words of Beavis from Beavis and Butthead. I'm Cornelia.
Man, I just think that, well, I'll just say like this. I didn't call you guys role players, whatever,
They're referring to me, Randy.
but I don't do that.
I only called them that because they were calling me. They kept calling me a stalker over and over again.
Yeah, well,
Like they, like people. I'm not a stalker in any shape, in any way, shape, or form. I would never do that. I'm not that kind of person. In fact, I have better things to do with my time than to be stalking someone. Okay,
yeah, I
I'm
got
no stalker. And like, yeah, I mean, literally, I've never done that in my life.
I think that's crap. Talking about your doctor. I think that's crap though. Talking about a doctor. You don't know if they really did it or not.
Yeah, I've never. Yeah, you all know that I've never stalked anyone in my life.
No, what I'm saying is you
Hey,
don't know.
Granny.
Yep.
Someone in the chat just said, and Natuski got her friend Saori to mock you. LOL.
Not who, me?
No, me.
Mm, well,
Look, I don't get. I mean, it's perfectly clear to all of you haters in the chat. I don't give two shits about any of you, toxic people. Okay, it's like you have nothing else to do. It's like you have nothing else to do. Ooh. It's like all you have to do. It's like the only thing you have time to do. Is cause nothing but trouble and harassment for me for no freaking reason. All I do every day is make really good content and just enjoy life. All right, just live my life, enjoying being an actor, director, filmmaker, scriptwriter, and online novelist. Yeah, that's all I do.
okay.
Oh, so now you're making fun of my martial arts skills. Look, I don't give to just who you are, Karishima. I don't care what you have to say. I'm like I am still a beginner in Krav Maga. Okay, I'm learning a lot, but I'm still a beginner. So here, so why don't you just shut up about it? Okay, and you please
Hmm.
stop and like if you toxic people continue to talk trash, Rainy is just going to remove you from the chat.
Please stop.
Yeah,
I
just please
mean,
stop.
I mean, you guys, you role players. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't know you. You know, I've never called you
Oh, I'm
anything.
gonna taste Sanji's boot. What
But
kind? What kind of? Seriously, oh, that's supposed to scare me. I don't even know who the hell Sanji is. And to be honest, I don't care who Sanji is. I don't care who you are either. Randy and I are just trying to have a good time and chat with some of our fans in the chat. That's all we're trying to do here.
some of our friends, and
Yeah, and everybody, like every time I get to do a shout out, every time I give my subscribers a shout out, I really mean what I say. Like, I appreciate every single one of my fans and subscribers because without them, I wouldn't be where I am on YouTube right now. I wouldn't be as successful as I am.
Yep.
Yeah, literally, I wouldn't be as successful as I am.
Kurashima Ijiro and Natsuki. I don't know you, but I would extend an apology to you for whatever. That's, you know, we're just here to have a good time. We're not here to rehash old things. You know,
Yeah,
let's leave
we're
it.
here to have a good time and just talk and and probably do stuff to make each other laugh.
I mean, let's not let's not say bad things to each other, and you know, let's let's just try to find the common ground and talk to each other
Yeah.
like people. You know, let's do that
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yes.
really, when you boil it down, you guys, I mean, you role players, I mean, you role players are doing your own thing, and that's a good thing. It's unique. You know, you're doing a form of acting that's been around for centuries. You know,
Yeah.
so you never let people say anything that's going to denigrate that, man. I mean, by saying all this hateful stuff, do you think do you think the actors that came, do you think the role players that came before you did this stuff said all this hateful things and you know?
Yeah.
No,
No,
they
they
were
did not.
they were
I don't think they
successful.
did.
They were successful because they were good people and
Yeah.
they honed their skills and did what they needed to do. You know, so what I'm saying is, don't let others determine your worth, Miss or Mr. Ichiro. You discover you are the one who determines your worth. You are the one that writes your story because you are the only one that can tell your story.
Now I'm finished my workout.
So so don't
Yeah.
say things like this. When you say hateful things like this, and you're a role player, I mean, you disrespect all that come before you and all that will come after you.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll be right back, Rainy.
I mean, let's, I mean, let's not be like that, okay? And I do apologize for him calling you guys clowns, you know, and he's not a stalker because he's a good guy. He's a good guy, and he makes his videos and he makes his content. He doesn't bother anybody.
Yeah. I don't bother anyone. I just make content. I just make really good content. Enjoy. Yeah, I don't bother anybody. I just make good content and live my life and just enjoy life or people. I'm not a horrible person like I'm none of the horrible things that toxic people on YouTube say I am. I'm not
And
any
he's
of those.
not. He's a good guy. Truthful.
Yeah, I'm just a very friendly, goofy, nice guy. To be honest, that's what I pretty much am.
I mean, we wouldn't. I mean, we wouldn't even. Let's put it like this: if he was a bad guy, I don't think we would be friends if he was a bad guy. Seriously, because he's not a bad person. I mean, people may vilify him, to the extent of other people hearing it and jumping on the bandwagon and stuff like that. But he's no villain, I assure you. He is no villain. Those who vilify him and ridicule him without just cause, they are the real villains. You know? Now, we do extend an apology to you, role players,
Yeah,
for calling you clowns
yeah,
because that was very disrespectful. But
yeah.
then you have to admit calling him a stalker was very disrespectful too.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
And and
I'm not a
basically
doctor.
I agree. I think that you guys should just apologize to each other and talk it out. Learn to
Yeah,
find because you guys are actors and so is he. He's an actor and so are you. It's just that you guys different style of action. You do roles, and Colin is a character actor.
yeah. I'm a character actor. I mean, I did like when I played
Yeah,
Jason Todd, the Red Hood in my Red Hood Rises R-rated fan film, people. I did a lot of research for the part to perfect my performance.
yeah, you did.
Yeah, and man, playing Jason Todd was a trip, people. It really was. I mean, because
No,
like he's like because he has this like I don't give a shit kind of personality. And it was fun and interesting to to
play him because it's a
to,
stretch.
to explore that.
It's a
Yeah,
step up from what you usually play.
and his sense of humor,
Yeah, it
his
was
sense of
really
humor
fun.
is like this really dry kind of bitter kind of sense of humor, and he rarely expresses like he doesn't really smile that much, and he he rarely, I mean rarely shows his like that shows like expresses his any humor. But when he does express humor, or when he does use humor, it's always like kind of an almost dark, bitter, like dry, almost twisted kind of sense of humor.
He's the kind of person that will punch you in the face and laugh about it.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy who likes to start a fight. Actually, I learned that when I was researching I was doing research for the part.
I know.
And I'm like, yeah, when I was doing the research, I'm like thinking, wow, I'm gonna be playing this kind of person. I mean, he's actually I mean, to this day, everybody, he's still the most tragic version of Robin. He's
Yes,
an
he is.
orphan. I mean, he was an orphan who grew up on the streets, and he grew up on the streets stealing car parts. And the way that he met Batman is pretty funny if you think about it.
He tried to steal the wheel off the Batmobile. Dude,
Yeah,
are you
and
crazy?
I think when Batman caught him, Batman was like, "Come back to finish the job."
That
I
is
think that
crazy.
were Batman's words, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Because I've seen pictures of that of that part of that Batman comic on the internet so many times. I'm like,
I'm like, dude, come on.
I mean, you seriously, I get you as a kid. I get you as a kid, but trying to steal car parts from the Batmobile?
Are you crazy?
Yeah, I mean, he should get in touch. Is lucky that Batman didn't kick the crap out of him. I mean, who in their right mind would try to steal car parts from the Batmobile?
Nobody, no one I know.
Yeah, because like who knows what kind of gadgets the Batmobile is gonna have?
It might have,
Like,
it might have like,
what kind of gadget you could accidentally make go off?
like you can touch the door and get electrocuted, or go to
Yeah,
move
and
that
like,
fire and a laser beam will hit you from nowhere.
or like you could accidentally activate a few hidden machine guns.
I mean, the Batmobile is a rolling arsenal.
Yeah, look at the look at the version of the Batmobile from the Christian Bale Batman movies. That was like basically a complete like a army tank like vehicle.
Yeah, with yeah
The
with two
tumbler.
yeah with two 30 millimeter guns, one howitzer that comes out of the top. I mean, God, the thing was just a monster. It was a beast.
Yeah, and like I mean like but I kind of find it funny though that every time someone saw it on the news in one of those bad movies, they're like they refer to it as a tank. Even though I get it, even though it was actually not a tank though, it was a army like tactical vehicle.
It was an army tactical.
Vehicle that, but it was like very heavy duty. And yeah, Jade Todd. Gordon Jane Todd didn't know any better when he was doing that. Instead of taking Jane Todd to the police, Bruce Batman decided to take him in and raise him. But of course, Batman treated Jane Todd horribly, though. He was very controlling. Bruce Wayne was very controlling and treated Jane Todd like he was the first Robin, Dick Grayson. I'm like,
But you got to realize there are things that Dick Grayson did as Robin that Batman didn't know, that Batman didn't let him do. Batman didn't know about the things he did as Robin. You got to realize that.
yeah, and of course, the thing is, Jason Todd is actually slower than Dick Grayson. Yeah, it's a lot slower.
Yeah, because Dick Grayson is a trained acrobat.
Yeah, because Dick Grayson was a part of a family of flying trapeze artists in a circus.
I mean, he used to be a jewel thief.
Yeah, and also, at first in the comic books, Jason Todd only suffered from depression. It wasn't until they rebooted the character and turned him into the Red Hood version of the character that we all know of him today, that he started having other mental problems, including being openly suicidal and hating himself and trying to kill himself when he's left alone.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
And then,
the funny thing though is a lot of the modern, a lot of the Red Hood version of James Todd was actually from like the more kind of pretty funny source. Chris O'Donnell's portrayal of Dick Grayson in Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
yeah, his portrayal of Dick Grayson was kind of cool. I like
Yeah,
that
they casted him because they knew that he could do athletic stuff because of a previous film. But the thing is, though,
because
he took the character and basically he portrayed it in Todd like someone who wants to get laid and wants to be famous and fixes motorcycles in his spare time. Basically, turned Dick Grayson into a fuckboy who likes to who works on motorcycles and likes to and wants to get laid. Yeah, if you don't, and also if you watch, yeah, and if you watch that one scene from Batman and Robin where Dick Grayson saves Barbara from going off half a bridge during that motorcycle race,
that
you would notice that Dick Grayson's outfit in that scene looks an awful lot like Jason Todd's Red Hood outfit. I mean, seriously, a red helmet, a brown leather motorcycle jacket.
yeah, but
Sounds like Red Hood. Sounds like Jason Todd's Red Hood outfit to me. Yeah, and also there's also the fact that the Red Hood version of Jason Todd fixes motorcycles in his works on motorcycles in his spare time, and is a motorcycle guy. Yeah, it's another thing that they took from Chris O'Donnell's portrayal of Dick Grayson. Yeah, yeah. I'm like thinking, yeah. When I first discovered this about about the Red Hood version of James, I'm like thinking,
I'm thinking,
why did I not see this before?
Peter Parker #1. How you doing?
I mean, Jason Todd. Yeah, and it was interesting playing Jason Todd. Everybody, I mean, like he was a fun and very complex character, but he's also a very tragic character. And
Yep.
um, but nowadays I can literally cannot escape the character because of my Red Hood Rise R-rated comic book fan film. I like I'm now largely associated with the character.
Yeah,
And my Red Hood Rise comic book fan film is basically now part of the Batman mythos or mythology
I
now.
think Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man. To be
Yeah,
honest,
I, I did. Oh yeah, me too, Randy. He was great as Spider-Man, and he was pretty much the only thing about his version that was not comic book accurate was the organic web shooters.
yeah.
Originally, they were going to have him have web shooters, but they had him digitally removed. The director Sam Raimi felt that it would have made Tobey Maguire's version of character seem a little bit too smart, like he could be the CEO of his own
Of his own
own
company.
company, and like. But it turns out though, if you It turns out though, if you slow down, if you like really, really, really slow down some shots of the in the first Spider-Man movie and look closely at his wrist, you can still clearly see the web shooters. Yeah, yeah, like it's a hard one. They both did a good job. It I would say probably I grew up with the Ben Affleck Daredevil, but I'd probably say Charlie Cox though. But the funny
Yeah,
thing though is Charlie Cox actually took a lot of stuff from Ben Affleck's portrayal for his portrayal of Matt Murdock. So it turns out. Did you know that, Randy?
oh yeah, it's like
What?
sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes they replace a good character with a bad actor or something like that.
It wasn't Ben Affleck's fault though.
No, it wasn't.
It was the studio. They forced the director Mark Steven Johnson to cut a whole bunch of scenes out of the theatrical version,
Yeah,
and
now
and because of that, Mark Steven Johnson ended up releasing an extended director's cut, includes which has every single scene that he was forced to remove. And guess what?
what?
I have the extended director's cut, and it's way better than the theatrical version that we got. Okay, hey Randy,
Yep.
uh, that haters in the chat, New Master 69, aka Colin Reisenauer's biggest hater, remove him. Yeah, look, yeah. And it turns funny thing though, Randy, you probably knows, but Charlie Cox revealed though that when he was cast as Daredevil, he didn't know he didn't know that Daredevil was blind.
I don't think anybody knew Daredevil was lying.
No, like he didn't know until the last minute until he started filming. The only thing I don't like about the Netflix Daredevil series is that they don't really show they never showed how Daredevil sees. You know, the vibration. Look. Yeah, they did a really good job showing that in the Daredevil movie starring Ben Affleck.
I know,
But I
but
don't get why they never showed it in the cheap Netflix series. I mean, that's one big aspect of the Daredevil comic books, like seeing how he sees through vibration. Yeah, the only thing that was not good about Ben Affleck's portrayal, to be, in my opinion, was his is the fact that he portrayed the character as a cool type, like a very cocky kind of type.
I know, but
Andy, another hater in the chat.
yeah,
Amazon,
I see.
remove him. Yeah, another poor hater trolling me with pizza emojis. Look, haters, give it a rest, haters. The whole pizza pizzas being delivered to my house under my name that I didn't order. That crap is all over, and it's not going to happen again.
Nope.
Because YouTube already banned many of you for doing that. Thanks to one of my subscribers named Franco McCoy. who emailed YouTube and told them about it and showed them all the crazy stuff that you haters were doing to me, including those wee bowling live streams that you were forcing me to do. Randy, another hater in the chat. Hill 8 saying calling that owns call and Deck Comney owns call and Freedom McCoy line. Hill, remove them, Randy. Okay, more haters trolling. You haters can kiss my ass. I'll go to hell for all I care. I literally don't give I literally don't give two shits about you haters. Anyway, yeah, Dan Todd. Well, of course, some of you know that I cosplayed as Jane Todd at a few comic book conventions a few times. First at RadCon, which was I think 2017. I first cosplayed as him. Yeah, and then again in 2018, and then I did at RadCon again, and I did Michael Myers cosplay as Michael Myers from Halloween at KirinokoCon in 2019. Red Donut, get out of here. No, that's not his real name. Randy removed this Red Donut person. Another tater. Hope you're all having a good evening.
Regina, Mr. McCoy's name is Jerry Vice, aka Dread. Thank you very much. I appreciate your honesty.
But that's not. Randy, don't believe that person. It's not true.
I know.
When the morning comes, see.
Come on. Rest in peace, folks.
Hey, Randy. Yeah,
Doesn't own anybody.
Yeah, or in the words of Jason Todd, smoking is like a crowbar to the lungs. I don't know if I would ever return to the role of Jason Todd or not. If I did, it'd be pretty hard though because he's because of what that Lazarus pit did to him that when it brought him back from the dead. He's not able to age, so he's stuck looking like a 16-year-old for the rest of his life. When I played him, I was 16, and then when I finished making the movie, I was 18. Yeah, So
Come on. Why can't you just stop? I mean, there's no reason to do this.
uh yeah, Randy, just keep removing them. It's just more haters just like trolling. Like
I can't remove them because I removed them twice before. Come on now. Let's not do this.
let's just ignore them, Randy.
Yeah, let's just.
Yeah.
I think that this version of Spider-Man was Tobey Maguire because he embodied everything that the cartoon Peter Parker was.
Yeah, and remember everybody, Pierre Tom Maguire's Spider-Man is mostly based on the original comic book versions of the character from the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. Yeah, like
What's going on? How are you? Oh, we're doing great.
yeah, we're doing great.
How you doing, Shot?
Yeah, yeah, we're doing great. Like yeah,
Yeah,
like Tom
Spider-Man.
Maguire. I remember when I was a kid, I actually went and saw the first Spider-Man movie in theaters with my mom when it came out. And it was actually my introduction to the character. And then I started reading the comic books, the Spider-Man comic books, and became I became a huge fan of the character, and I'm still a fan of the character to this day.
I know.
I mean, look at this Marvel poster I have on my wall here.
Hmm.
Yeah, that poster was actually a birthday gift from one of my aunts when I was like, I think when I like from like a long time ago, and I was still, I think when I was in like, I think when I was in like I think when I was still in elementary school,
Yeah.
and it turns out that is actually a really sought after poster too. It turns out. And it turns out this poster is actually a highly collectible one.
Yes, I do watch the Spider-Man cartoon. I watched the one from 1967.
I actually watched that. I actually watched it. I've actually seen that one when I was a kid.
Yeah. I saw the movie Spider-Man when I was a kid, starring what's his name? Robert Walker as Spider-Man.
Are you talking about the Spider-Man TV movie that was that came to theaters in the 70s? That was part
Yeah.
of the Spider-Man TV series.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Turns out Stan Lee wasn't really a fan of the Spider-Man TV series.
No.
Yeah, and like because it was a TV series, they weren't able to use any of the major Spider-Man villains like the Green Goblin or you know it
The
was
Green,
also due because they weren't able to get like the TV rights to some of those characters.
the Green Goblin. They couldn't use Sandman.
And I don't and I don't even think it would have even been able to use the Green Goblin if they tried to, even if they tried to, because how would they have filmed him flying around on his glider in those days?
I know.
I mean, like, to like,
Yeah, I watched the V. I watched it on VHS.
yeah, and guess, of course, everybody, for those who don't know, that wasn't the only live action Spider-Man TV show that was being shown on TV in the 70s. There was also a Japanese Spider-Man TV series being shown on TV at the same time. But the thing is, though, the the Japanese Spider-Man TV series is actually canon, people. Yeah, it's not. It's not a. It's not. It's not a comic. It's not a knockoff or a bootleg. It's an actual official Marvel licensed, actual series licensed by Marvel.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was something that Marvel did with the. It was the show was created by the same company that created the TV show that the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was an American version of.
You talking about Saban?
No, actually, it was called Sentai Rangers, Randy. Actually,
Sentai. Yeah.
Sentai Rangers, and yeah, and yeah, you see, and Marvel actually gave them full reign to do whatever they wanted with the character with the show. Which is what, yeah, they gave them full freedom to do what they want, whatever they wanted with the show. Which is why, which is why the main character in the Japanese TV series is from another planet called Planet Spider. Yeah. So for some reason, though, nowadays the Japanese Spider-Man TV series actually gets confused for a knockoff or a bootleg, even though it's not. And guess what, everybody? I heard it turns out the Japanese Spider-Man from the Japanese TV series is going to be in uh the sequel to to this in the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse.
Wow.
Yeah. And fun fact for you, everybody, Ben Affleck wasn't actually the first actor to play a live action version of Daredevil. That title
No.
actually goes to that honor actually goes to an actor named Simon Rex, I think his name was. It was an actor who got to play him in the Incredible Hulk TV movie called Trial of the Incredible Hulk. And it was supposed to be Trial of the Incredible Hulk was originally supposed to be uh a start to a spin-off Daredevil series that ended up not happening. Yeah. Yeah. You know that, Randy? Yeah, then guess what? They even though the Daredevil wore an all black suit in the Trial of the Incredible Hulk,
Yeah.
that like that wasn't even in the from the comics. That like that outfit didn't even exist in the comic books until years later. Until Frank Miller till Marvel released that Frank Miller Daredevil comic book called Daredevil: The Man Without Fear, which showed Matt Murdock's early days of being Daredevil. Yeah, so basically, And so basically, Trial of the Incredible Hulk basically was actually what actually introduced the all-black Daredevil suit. So many people think that the Frank Miller's Daredevil, the Man Without Fear, was the first introduction of the black Daredevil suit, but nope, it was actually Trial of the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
And to my, I actually have Trial of the Incredible Hulk on DVD, and also the Incredible Hulk Returns. Yeah, I have those.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. In fact, it's actually one of my movies that's in my movie thing right here. Anyway, I'll show it. Yeah, to you.
I mean, but that's crazy. All that is just crazy.
Yep.
But hey.
Look.
Oh,
The Incredible
oh.
Hulk, two full movies: The Incredible Hulk Returns and The Trial of the Incredible Hulk. And look, it shows Daredevil right there.
I mean, it's crazy, but hey.
Isn't that crazy though that Trial of the Incredible Hulk actually was the first introduction of the all-black Daredevil suit? Even though so many people think that the first introduction of that suit was the Frank Miller's, the Daredevil, the Daredevil, the Man Without Fear. That, yeah, yeah. What's funny is, speaking of that version of the Incredible Hulk, uh, when they were doing the first Avengers movie, everybody, Ray, you probably didn't know this, but when they were doing the first Avengers movie, like, no one wanted Edward Norton to return as the Incredible Hulk. The reason why no one wanted him to return is because he was like extremely difficult to work with when he was doing the Incredible Hulk movie. He wouldn't listen to the director. He was talking back to the director, and like wouldn't listen, and he wanted rewrites done to the script. He wanted a better script. He wanted David. He wanted the character to be a very troubled person who's always always hiding in the shadows, always on the run. But Marvel Studios wanted the character to be more fun and more charismatic and more relatable. Yeah, originally Edward Norton was going to return for the Avengers movie, but of course, luckily that didn't happen. Yeah, and so even director Joss Whedon didn't want him to return. And of course, yeah, when Joss Whedon was directing the first Avengers movie, he didn't want the Avengers version of the character to be anything like any previous movie versions of the character. He didn't want it to be anything. He didn't want it to be like Eric Bana's version, or Edward Norton's. So instead, but he couldn't think of what he was going to do with the character. So he chose to look up to Bill Bixby's version of the character for inspiration. Yeah, which makes sense. And guess what? When Mark Ruffalo didn't even audition for the part. He only got the part because he happened to be really good friends with Robert Downey Jr. at the time, and he heard that they were going to be recasting the character for the Avengers, and Robert Downey Jr. called Mark Ruffalo and told him about it, but Mark Ruffalo actually didn't want the part because he felt that he wasn't really that much of a big named actor in that character. And it turns out there were multiple times during the filming when it was filming the Avengers that with it, he actually tried to talk Joss Whedon out of casting him. But every time Joss Whedon said, "Look, you're the right actor. I have total faith in you." And Mark Ruffalo was very scared about meeting Stan Lee for the first time at the premiere of the Avengers movie, Ray.
Yep.
Yeah, but Stan Lee saw him and went right up to him and said, "Look, hey, look." Said, "Look." Yeah, Mark Ruffalo was very scared because he wanted to give the character justice, and he wanted to please Stan Lee. He didn't want to ruin the character. But when Stan Lee saw him and went straight up to him and was like, "Hey, look, you're a perfect actor, and I love what you did with the character." And that pretty much that made Mark Ruffalo, that put Mark Ruffalo at ease, and he was like, yeah. And after that, Mark Ruffalo was a lot more confident about playing the character. But and that's what that scene in Randy, that scene in the first Avengers movie where David Bruce Banner mentions that he tried to put a bullet, that he tried to shoot, that he tried to put a bullet in his mouth, but the Hulk spit it out. That's actually a reference to the lead scene from the Incredible Hulk movie, where David Bruce Banner is in Alaska and trying to kill himself. And guess what? I've seen the lead scene, and in the background of the lead scene, you can clearly see what appears to be
I know
Captain America's shield frozen in ice.
I know.
But the thing is, though, like, what's funny though is what's ironic though is Mark Ruffalo actually happens to be really good friends with Edward Norton in real life. Is that kind of ironic? So, so Mark Ruffalo is pretty much plays Edward Norton's version of the character.
Yeah.
But portrays the character completely different from how Edward Norton portrayed the character. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo's version is pretty much, in my opinion, a lot closer, like extremely close to Bill Bixby's portrayal. More charismatic, more relatable. The only problem though is since Mark Ruffalo pretty much took over the part, pretty much replaced Edward Norton for the Avengers movie, they can't really do any flashback scenes or of of the accident that caused Bruce Banner to become the Incredible Hulk. They
Yeah,
can
I
only
know.
do that. They can only show that in like books and stuff. Like,
What is up with this?
yeah, I like. Yeah, like Edward Norton. Yeah, like I'm glad that they Edward Norton didn't return as the Incredible Hulk. Because let's imagine how difficult he would have been. Like how how it would have been really hard for the other actors like Clint Robert Downey Jr. to work with him.
Yeah, it probably would have been.
Yeah, I've been like, yeah, like they would have, yeah, it would have been like, more, oh yeah, because like you probably would have been talking back to the director, probably saying like, I mean, like, yeah, and see, yeah, you can see why even Joss Whedon didn't want him to return. Yeah, you probably didn't notice for Rain, but you probably noticed Rain, but when Bill Bixby was doing the Incredible Hulk TV series, it turns out the reason why his version of the character is named David instead of Bruce
No.
is because they had to change his first name for the TV show.
Yeah, I know.
And because this is, he became David Bruce Banner.
Hmm.
You know, in the comic books, the character is named Bruce Banner,
Just Bruce Banner.
not David Bruce Banner. And also they had to change, like, one thing that they had to change for the TV show was, unlike the comic books, in the TV show, Bruce Banner is David Bruce Banner is always finding himself ending up having to help people, like while he's trying to keep him a low profile and try to keep himself from turning into the Hulk.
I know that.
When you were doing the Avengers movie, Rain,
Yeah.
every time you hear the Hulk roaring in the movie, that's
That,
actually Mark Ruffalo's voice mixed with Lou Ferrigno's voice.
yeah.
Yeah, they took recordings of Lou Ferrigno as the Incredible Hulk roaring and like obviously cleaned it up like you know and mixed it with Mark Ruffalo. So with recordings of Mark Ruffalo roaring, and when you hear, and also that scene where the Hulk says "puny God" after like completely like slamming the Loki several times off the floor.
Yeah, when he says puny God slams
That
low.
was Mark Ruffalo's voice mixed with Lou Ferrigno's. Yeah. And
I
if you
know.
don't remember, Lou Ferrigno actually has a cameo in the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk movie as a security guard.
I know. And
Yeah,
that's it. Only just authenticates the movie.
yeah, and like, but like, of course, there's that infamous scene in the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk movie where Edward Norton ru- completely ruins that famous Incredible Hulk line. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And if you don't remember in the scene I'm talking about, he's like, don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm hungry.
Oh man, come on.
I'm like, why? Why would you screw up that iconic line?
I know.
That line was made. That line was that line it was so iconic. It like and it's from the Incredible Hulk TV series.
Don't make me angry.
You won't
You
like
won't
me when
make
I'm
me
angry.
angry.
Like
He beat the crap.
if you look at the Mark Ruffalo version of the Hulk, you know in the Avengers movie, you would notice that he looks that his version of the Hulk looks a lot like him.
Yeah.
The two previous Hulks that came before the Mark Ruffalo Hulk look nothing like the actors portraying them. Like Eric Bana's Hulk, it looked nothing like Eric Bana
Nope.
in the Edward Norton Hulk, which is supposed to be, which is which Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is supposed to be the same version of. Yeah, like why? Like and of course now you have now there's the version of the Hulk that's in the Avengers Endgame, which was Professor Hulk, which pretty much looks like a basically a green version of Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, pretty much looks like Mark Ruffalo, exactly like Mark Ruffalo. Like they actually, yeah,
Did you check out that show She-Hulk yet?
no, but but I heard stuff about, I heard that some people are saying it's that men are gonna hate it because it's from a female's point of view, and basically it's saying that She Hulk is better than the Incredible Hulk in every way.
No, because
In that, I heard that it had crappy writing in it. There was crappy writing, and some of the dialogue is kind of cringy. In that it was kind of feels like kind of almost rushed. I'm like,
mhm. Now Hawkeye, they took their time and they made Hawkeye. You
yeah, they
know?
took their time and made Hawkeye. The Hawkeye series was actually mostly based on I think a 2012 Hawkeye comic book series. It was one I remember seeing that they used to sell in by Barnes and Nobles in the mall. It was a yeah, but yeah, they mostly took stuff from that comic book for the Hawkeye series. Yeah, like
I don't know why,
what?
but um, when we started this broadcast, it was like a lot of a lot of haters and stuff in here, but you know, it just kind of calmed down
I
and it
can't
just,
Natasha Romanoff because because like that would just be a waste, and also if my channel gets terminated, I wouldn't even be able to do that anyway because if a YouTube channel gets terminated, that person is not allowed to create another YouTube channel. And if they do try to create another YouTube channel, uh, it'll get in even more trouble with YouTube. No, don't worry, my channel will never get a terminated. So
mhm. People are just silly.
yeah,
With
like
yeah, with the hate and all that, it was just silly.
hey
It was
Ray,
just drama.
how would
Yo,
hey Ray, how would you react if I showed up as a variant of Mr. Fantastic in a Marvel Studios movie?
I don't know. I don't know.
Imagine me though as Mr. Fantastic though.
That would
Like,
be
how would you react if I was cast as a variant of Mr. Fantastic?
something to see.
Like yeah, or if I played a variant of Johnny Storm, the Human Torch.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably do a really good job as Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, because you know he's a fun character and also he's a hothead, but and he's also a jokester and a very he's like a very he likes fame too. Like
He's just a goofball.
yeah, women and like and it's crazy how many people have forgotten the fact that Chris Evans, who plays Captain America, actually played Johnny Storm the Human Torch back
I
in the
didn't
early 2000s.
I didn't
I mean,
forget. Who could forget Jessica Alba as Sue Storm? Not
yeah,
me.
nowadays I think it's sad that how much hate she gets nowadays. So,
I think
like,
it's stupid. I think it's stupid.
yeah, I remember
I mean,
like that celebrities read mean tweets thing that they do on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
yeah.
Well, there was an episode where they did that, and Jessica Alba was reading a mean tweet and said, "Yay, Jessica Alba! If this was 2007, I would be really excited right now."
Oh wow, that's kind of
I'm
messed
like,
up.
yeah, because she was really popular like early 2000s and
Mm,
2007. Remember when she starred in the Sin City movies?
yep.
Yeah, it's crazy how great of a job Chris Evans did of playing the Human Torch. Like, but it turns out he's played multiple comic book characters though. He played Johnny Storm. He also played a character in that movie The Losers, which was based on a graphic novel series about a group of hitmen, and he also starred in that movie called Push.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
now he plays Captain America. And then he was cast as Captain America.
I know.
But turns out he was actually very hesitant about accepting the part of Captain America though, because it turns out he was actually you see originally a different actor was going to be playing the character, but they chose to recast the character last minute and ended up casting him. He was very hesitant at first, but he happened to be really good friends with Robert Downey Jr. at the time, and Robert Downey Jr. convinced him to accept the part.
I know.
Like,
I mean, like, I'm just saying, the girl that plays Miss Marvel on the TV show,
yeah,
she gets a lot of hate on her YouTube channel and on her Twitter and the other platforms. She does,
yeah.
and for no reason, because she's a good actress.
But guess what, though? They revealed, though, that her character in the series is a huge Captain Marvel fan. She actually, the actress herself, actually is not a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Captain Marvel, played
Yeah,
by Brie Larson.
I know. But what I'm saying is, she got a lot of hate, and it wasn't really right. You know, she's just starting out. Give her a break. You know, she's just starting out. She don't need that type of bad, that type of bad stuff happening to her. You know, you don't need it. But then you can't tell people not to hate. It's just like these people on this platform. They hate before they have a chance to actually talk to the person, before they have a chance to know the person. They don't know you. They don't know you. They don't know the things. They don't know the things that you're capable of. They don't know your content. They never took time to watch it. You know. So okay, I guess I'll go to. I hope you have a great evening too, Colin. Buddy, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Good night, man.